Up dog.
Up dog. Up dog.
Up dog sports talk.
Hello and welcome to Up Dog Sports
Up
Talk.
Dog.
My name is Matt Miller. I am your host today. This is someone?
What the hell is this? I am your co-host, Justin McGovern. Glad to be here for 2021. We have finally made it. I see we got some new swag here.
Swag. Stuff we all get. And I got this jacket. Shout out to my cousin Chad. Thank you so much for the show. Actually, I don't think it's stuff we all get. I think it's just stuff I get.
Yeah, I do believe that is one of a kind, but that does not mean I'm left out of getting new swag. Over the holidays, I also got a new quarter zip here of Ohio State. I had to move over here because the microphone's in the way. But, yeah, it's that time of year. We all have new stuff. We're excited about it.
Guess what else we got?
We have NFL playoffs.
No, guess what else we got?
What else do we got?
If you can't tell, we have done a little bit better with the whole lighting thing. He's no longer wearing a hat.
I know, for the first time, I'm not wearing a hat on the show.
It's not super bright in here anymore, so we have new lighting. This little light of mine is shining all over the show. Big show today.
Oh, big
NFL playoffs are here.
If you couldn't tell by my excitement. NFL playoffs are here.
Playoffs?
Are you talking about playoffs?
Playoffs? Playoffs?
Okay, we win the game.
So before we get to that, actually, shout out to Ohio State and Alabama for making the national championship. Big national championship.
Big
Two of the
time.
most historic teams playing each other.
This coming Monday.
I'm guessing you are rooting for Ohio State, judging
Yes.
by the shirt and the pants.
And you, meanwhile, do not like Ohio State. So,
I don't like Alabama either. I really don't like either. So don't put me in the category of Alabama fans.
but obviously, we won't be able to give a unbiased prediction here. So, let's just go with the keys to the game. Matt,
Yep.
I'm going to give you Alabama. What are Alabama's keys to winning this game?
Run to open up the pass. You got to get Najee Harris going, and then you got to get Devontae Smith in some space. And then Mac Jones can get the ball to Smith. They got Waddle back now, hopefully.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
So,
But at least in my case.
That offense will be clicking. It's up to the defense to stop Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State's keys to the game on defense are probably implement a slightly adjusted but similar game plan they had against Clemson, where there's
Run
a
around.
focus on not giving big plays.
They pretty much have to run the ball. That's all Ohio State has to do, and they'll win.
Oh, that's a defensive game plan.
Oh,
I'm on the defense. You pay attention.
the
to that.
defense has to run the ball.
So the defense has to prevent the big plays, not let Smith break out for his usual 50-yard touchdown catch, and basically try to force Mac Jones into some mistakes. We haven't seen it as much this year.
Wait,
but
hold on. Shout out to Devontae Smith for winning the Heisman last
I know. Yeah, a receiver won the Heisman.
Yeah, I know. First time since 1991.
Wow. First time in our lives.
Yeah. That is true. First time in our lives a wide receiver has won.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, how about it? It normally is like a quarterback or running back award, and now finally receivers won it for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Shout out to Devontae Smith.
He was definitely far and above the rest of the pack. But back to Ohio State's keys. Obviously, on defense, not giving him the big plays. On offense, executing like they did against Clemson. They need to not make mistakes, run the ball well, keep the ball away from Alabama. Hopefully take advantage of the defense like other teams have been able to do. You have to have good quarterback play to do that, though.
Yeah. And two really good quarterbacks facing off against each other. Two really good running backs. I'd say Alabama has the upper hand on receivers. And
Yeah.
both defenses
It's-
actually have taken a step back from what they were last year. So it's going to be a shootout. We'll see what happens. That's next Monday.
I know this Monday.
Okay, Monday of next week.
But, yeah, a lot of receiver talent, like you said. We have put the potential of 4 first-round receivers in this game. That is
Yes.
crazy.
3 of them on Alabama, but
2 of them on Alabama. 2 on each team. 3 will be in this draft.
But something that we can both agree on.
NFL playoffs.
NFL playoffs. We finally
They are
got
here.
to the segment. Took us long enough. Long wind over here.
Hey, I'm just excited about the game, Matt.
Nah, no one cares. NFL playoffs. Before we get to breaking it down, the NFL does something different than all the other
This
leagues
is
combined.
new this year.
They kind of were doing it before in a way, but the lowest seed that wins plays the 1 seed in the next round, and then the 2 seed plays the next lowest seed. So it kind of just goes like that. It's not like a direct line. They kind of jumble around. So that'll be interesting.
I'm excited to see how it goes.
Oh yeah.
Best of all, we're starting out here with Super Wild Card Weekend.
Super wild card. Yeah. We have 3 games in each league. So we'll start with the AFC. AFC, we have 2 seed Bills versus 7 seed Colts.
I know, it's a big one. Obviously,
Bills fan.
yeah, as a Bills fan, I'm obviously hoping they win. I wouldn't be a fan if I didn't pick them to win this game. So obviously, I'm picking them to win. Big keys is they got to get Josh Allen going. Can't make any mistakes. Colts defense has been weaker in the second half than the first half, but they need to get a head start to take out the Colts running game and put it in the hands of Phillip Rivers. It's gonna be a tough one though. They cannot just sleepwalk through this game.
Yeah, I think the Bills are going to win, but it's dependent upon the Colts defense. If Colts defense comes out and plays, they have a shot at winning. Jonathan Taylor looked excellent last week. Granted, they were playing the Jaguars.
Yeah.
It's not like the Colts are some random 7 seed in the Eastern Conference of the NBA. Like they're a legit team. Like
They looked pretty tough all year. They
Phillip
kinda had
Rivers
some-
has gotten better at throwing footballs, hasn't he?
Yeah, he definitely improved. Obviously, the later season defensive breakdowns weirdly in the second half, not the first half. The defense looked great in the first half, not good in the second half, which has been a little bit odd. Like even last week, Sky Cam
But it's
Glennon
also-
was able to torch them.
It's also on the offense. The offense has been going 3 and out almost every drive in the third quarter. So the offense has to hang on to the ball, keep time of possession in their hands, and then
In other words, feed Jonathan Taylor.
yeah, pretty much, or dip and dunk football. Phillip Rivers' game out in
definitely.
L.A. last year. But I have the Bills moving on. Steelers versus Browns. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I think the Browns would have had a chance if they had everyone, but it sounds like they're missing their coach, and a couple players may get suspended for drag racing, and it's a whole mess in that locker room. They shut down for a couple days.
Yeah.
Steelers
I believe
really,
they finally got to get back today.
yeah, and Steelers really were falling apart later in the year, so Steelers get another easy win.
Yeah, the Browns situation, I don't think, since it was early in the week that their coach tested positive for COVID, I actually don't think that's going to impact them a whole lot.
As of right now, he's still not.
The new offensive
Be there.
the guy who's going to be calling the plays is a good play caller and actually might be pretty well built for this situation. But the problem with the Browns is going to be the offensive line.
Oh yeah,
Their best lineman tested positive for COVID. He's out. Their backup just got hurt, I believe, or also got taken out by contact tracing. So that going up against the Steelers' defensive line is not favorable. I have the Steelers winning and moving on.
yep. Titans versus Ravens.
This
Very
one,
interesting matchup.
this
here.
one's very interesting. They just played a few weeks ago in overtime battle. Titans basically won it because they won the coin toss. And the coaches do not like each other.
Nope.
They had quite the exchange on the sideline in the middle of the field after the game, and now they're back against each other again. You know there's some bad blood boiling between these two.
Oh yeah. I got the Titans still. Ravens. I mean, Lamar Jackson is really good, but he hasn't really impressed me other than blowout wins to teams that are picking in the top 10. And the defense has kind of not been there this year. They spent all that money, and it hasn't. I think it's gotten worse. So I got the Titans winning this one. Just feed Derrick Henry. That's all you really need to do, and then occasionally get the ball to AJ Brown down the field. But
Yeah, a lot with the run game here.
I know.
The
Who
Ravens-
would have thought in 2020 we'd be talking about the run game winning games?
I know. These two are actually vintage strong playoff teams. That's why they're both dangerous, by the way. If anyone's going to upset the balance between the top two, it's one of these two teams. I do have to say, I mean, the Ravens looked impressive here the last weeks, but you look at the competition, they aren't that great. That being said, they were in a tight matchup the first time, and these two they went to overtime. They're pretty well-balanced teams. I feel like usually in those cases, a rematch tends to go in the favor of the losing team. So I got the Baltimore Ravens in this one.
All right. Well, moving on to the NFC. Or are you just going to go all the way through?
NFC.
Okay, so moving on to the NFC, we have Saints versus the Bears.
Ah, Bears.
I mean, is there really a question about this game?
Yes. Is Alvin Kamara going to play?
Who cares? It doesn't matter. They got Taysom Hill.
I know. I am worried though if Alvin Kamara doesn't play. That is one thing. Because I don't know when he's able to come back.
I don't know either, but Bears only have David Montgomery. After that, they have a bunch of people that were not on NFL rosters at the beginning of the season. So Bears defense is good, but in today's day and age, defense no longer wins you championships. You have to score. I got the Saints.
Yeah. I have the Saints too. I think they'll find a way to pull this one out. But, yeah. Very surprising the Bears made it.
Yeah.
After what a season they went
A
through.
miracle.
I think that saved Matt Nagy's job.
It did.
I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll see
if
at the
why would you
game.
fire a coach who made the playoffs?
Yeah, that is true.
Unless they make the playoffs every year, losing the first round.
In that case, then-
Yeah, time to go. Seahawks versus Rams. Now, this is the third meeting we've had, and I think they split the season series, but no Jared Goff for the Rams. John Wolford.
Jeff Wolford,
John.
Joe,
Jacob.
Jingleheimer
Schmidt. But yeah, Rams do not look good on offense. Their defense, they're in the same situation as the Bears right now. Probably same quarterback talent. Seahawks have the better quarterback, have the better offense. I'm going with the Seahawks. If Jared Goff was in here, I would have to go with my homie pick. I also got a Goff jersey for Christmas. I didn't wear it to this show. I totally forgot about that. It's in the laundry, but
well, I mean, he's not playing anyways.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Seahawks are going to win, ruin my sporting year. Yeah.
Yeah. If they had Goff, there's always a chance that Goff has a good Goff game, and a lot of times he does against the Seahawks. But he's not playing. They have David Wolford out there, so David John Wolford, whatever his name is. Obviously, this guy no one even heard of until last week.
He played at Wake Forest.
Rams are in trouble here. Yeah, Seahawks easily.
And then Washington versus Tampa Bay. Now, this one actually, I've been thinking about this one since Washington was projected to make the playoffs. And I was like, what if the Washington football team,
The team without a name,
faces off against Tom Brady? And I sat there and I was like, Tom Brady would destroy them. But then you see that the Buccaneers have kind of struggled this season. They also lost Mike Evans, and he's not going to play until probably halfway through next year. I am half tempted to take Washington with this.
Ooh, really?
I know. I mean, Tom Brady in the playoffs, there's no one better. But with just comparing the teams side by side, Alex Smith is playing really well, really good football. That defense is carrying them right now. They just won the division. They're fired up. Ron Rivera just beat cancer like a month ago, so he has them fired up right now. They could pull an upset here.
Wow.
I'm not saying there's a 100% chance is going to happen, but
is that your pick?
that's my
you're going
pick.
with? Wow.
That's my pick. Washington over Tampa Bay.
Stunner. A little bit of a repeat of the last time we had a terrible division champ go to the playoffs and then win a game. But I do have to say, I am tempted by it too because that defensive line could give Brady a lot of problems, and I think they will. But in the end, this is Tom Brady versus Alex Smith in the playoffs. Give me Tom Brady.
All right. Moving on to the next round. So we didn't draw this out. We don't have it printed off or anything. So we're kind of going off of memory here. In my scenario, I have Chiefs versus Titans. Yeah. Chiefs are going to win that game. I mean, if you give the ball to Derrick Henry and your time of possession is like 3/4 of the game, you have a chance at winning. Mm-hmm. But there's also the chance that Pat Mahomes can just throw the ball up for a touchdown and not even really care.
Yeah. Definitely, there's one part of the Titans. The Titans are very interesting because you look at this matchup. On one hand, Titans and Derrick Henry are built to keep the ball away from the Chiefs. The problem is their defense is not built to stop the Chiefs.
No.
They can't get any pressure on Patrick Mahomes. That is a recipe for disaster.
Well, they don't. Yeah, they don't. They have Jadeveon Clowney earning like $17 million this year, and I don't think he has a sack.
Yeah. No, he had a few early in the year, but then he got hurt. So that's where the pass rush really dropped off for them.
Yeah. But Chiefs will win that game easily. Titans only have a chance if they give the ball to Derrick Henry every single play.
And then in my scenario, I have the Chiefs against the Ravens. Now, the Ravens a little bit tougher on defense.
Yeah.
And they also are built to run the ball and keep the ball away from the Chiefs. Every single person earlier this year on Monday Night Football thought the Ravens would beat them, and the Chiefs just absolutely destroyed them. I know the Chiefs are a little bit weak against the run, but they're really good at crafting a defensive strategy to force Lamar to throw. And if they force Lamar to throw, the Ravens looking at a disaster similar earlier in the year. Give me the Chiefs in this one.
Yep. Then we have Bills versus Steelers.
We both have this one.
Yeah. I got the Bills again. Steelers really haven't played anyone. Didn't they play like a few weeks ago?
Yeah, they played a few weeks
Bills
ago.
blew them out, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Bills again. What do we got?
Yeah. As a Bills fan, obviously, again, I have to pick the Bills in this one.
Statistically, the rematch goes to the loser.
Well, again, the game against the Steelers is not a very evenly played matchup. The Bills pretty easily beat them. And then to top it all off, the Bills are even playing better since that game. It seems to be the game where the Bills really had their confidence skyrocket while the Steelers started to lose it because, afterwards, the Steelers played the worst game of the year.
And then fighting on the sidelines up.
Yeah. So, I think the Bills' defense is pretty well built to defend the Steelers, too. I got the Bills winning this one.
All right. On the same page there. On the NFC side, we both have the... Oh, no, we don't have both. I have Packers versus Washington football team. I have the Packers absolutely destroying them.
Yeah, they won't last. The team without a name won't last much longer than that.
Hey, they may have no name, but they can make a run, but not in this scenario.
How in the world is it taking an NFL franchise this long to come up with a name?
You have Packers versus Tampa Gronk Bay.
Gronk of the year.
Yeah. Screw that one up.
This one's tough because earlier in the year, the Buccaneers destroyed the Packers. But this is now in the cold of Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. Tom Brady in the playoffs. This is a great matchup.
Great matchup.
I think this time around, the Packers get revenge.
Oh, yeah. At home, you got to take it.
Mm-hmm. And pull it off, beating the Buccaneers.
And then we have the Saints versus the Seahawks. I don't see the Saints without Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara going very far. Mm-hmm. If they have Alvin Kamara, I have the Saints by a nose. But based on the information we have right now, I'm going with the Seahawks.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Alvin Kamara was out with COVID, so he will be back for this game, if that does change your pick or not.
I'd take Russell Wilson over Taysom Hill. Defenses are similar. Wide receivers are pretty similar. Pretty much it's going to come down to the trenches. and quarterback play. And Russell Wilson is a better quarterback than Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I think the Saints will beat the Seahawks. Something's been up with Russell Wilson in the second half of the year. That offense just isn't as explosive anymore.
But the defense is catching on.
Their defense did play a little bit better. But I think with Kamara back in this game, the Saints will be able to move the ball on offense. Their defense has been playing really good, and they'll give Russell Wilson a tough time. I have the Saints winning this one.
All right. Another difference. That's 2 games so far.
We disagree on a few.
Chiefs versus Bills. Probably the matchup of the year. This should be the Super Bowl, by the way. I texted you earlier my pick, and I've been going back and forth for a while. I might have to go with the Bills still.
Wow. How about that? All right. I'm excited.
Bills take their 2 wins over old man Phillip Rivers and old man Ben Roethlisberger, and they get revenge on the Chiefs. Go to the Super Bowl.
Hell yes. Good pick, Matt. Good pick. Oh, I wish I could go with you on this one. It's tough. As a Bills fan, I want to pick them so badly to make it there. But this Chiefs team is so loaded with talent. They can turn it on anytime. They haven't the last several weeks. They've kind of coasted in the playoffs, which is kind of scaring me because now everyone is starting to like the Bills as a favorite of the Chiefs. People are starting to doubt the Chiefs. And I feel
they
like
get a
they
week
will
off.
be very fired up for this one.
They definitely get a week off, too.
Yeah. I feel like they'll be ready to turn it on the whole game. Unfortunately, I want the Bills to make a Super Bowl run, but I find it very difficult for
Bills
them to
versus
pass
Chiefs.
the Chiefs.
Bills versus Chiefs.
I have the Chiefs winning.
All right. So another difference in opinion there. I have Seahawks, Packers. Packers are going to win. Packers are really hard to beat. Aaron Rodgers is playing at MVP level again in his 38-year-old season. I don't know. He's old. He's upper 30s. They have a good run game, one good receiver, couple names here and there coming up, making their wide receiver core look good. I saw a stat today. Was it Jair Alexander?
Yeah.
Has the most receptions someone has gotten off him is 3. And they had 29 yards.
He has been playing very well this
I don't
year.
think he's allowed more than 50 yards to any receiver he's covered.
Yeah, he's been very good. And I don't think the casual fan knows enough about him. He's been a great player for them.
So I got Packers still. I mean, defense is playing real well, and offense is Packers offense. I don't know what else to say about that.
It's very interesting because the Packers have played everyone in every key team in the NFC except for the Seahawks. So that'll be
DK Metcalf and Jair Alexander would be a great matchup.
That'll be a battle.
Yeah. So would Michael Thomas, Jair Alexander, but
But-
they already played.
But yeah, they did not play earlier this year. Michael Thomas is out for that game.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
Saints versus Packers is what I have. The Saints have been having so many heartbreaks in the playoffs lately. I don't think this will be a last-minute heartbreak. In this case, I think the run ends here.
But it's not the Vikings, so are they really going to lose?
The Rams, too. Don't forget about that. But yeah, Packers, I feel like, are going to be able to dominate the Saints. They with Drew Brees being old and possibly in this last year, I don't think they're going to have the firepower to keep up with Aaron Rodgers. Again, Jair Alexander's been playing great. That defense is calling. Aaron Rodgers overall is just on a revenge tour this year.
He's definitely has it out for everyone right now. But
Send the Packers to the Super Bowl.
all right, well, I have Bills Packers. You have Chiefs Packers. I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Whoa!
I'm gonna go with the Packers. I don't see Josh Allen playing that well in that many big games. Stephon Diggs has been there for him. Jair Alexander can shut him down. That will be one hell of a game to watch.
Definitely.
One hell of a game to watch. So would Chiefs Packers.
I know, yeah, the State Farm Bowl here. I mean,
Yeah.
don't discredit this game.
Kermit the
Mahomes-
Frog versus I don't know what Aaron Rodgers looks like, but
Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers. I mean, obviously not my favorite matchup. I definitely like the Bills Packers more. But yeah, Chiefs Packers. I have the Kansas City Chiefs repeating as Super Bowl champs. This team is absolutely loaded. Everyone is beginning to doubt them right now. Come playoff time, they're going to be ready to turn it on. Andy Reid might actually be saving plays for once instead of just blowing them all at once during the regular season. It's going to be a fun game.
Very
between these
fun
two
game.
teams. And I think Patrick Mahomes, the younger State Farm rep, even though neither one of them get a discount, give me Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
all right. Well, there you have it. I have Packers winning the Super Bowl. He has the Chiefs. That actually does lead me to an interesting question. We didn't talk about this before.
Really?
Who's your MVP?
MVP, Aaron Rodgers, easily.
Same.
I mean,
Hey!
it's not a discussion.
Congratulations to Aaron
Congratulations,
Rodgers.
Aaron
He's the Updog Sports Talk NFL MVP.
It's no debate. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has just been absolutely incredible this year. He's got like 51 total touchdowns. Only thrown like, I don't know, it was like 5 interceptions.
Yeah,
He is
something
just
ridiculous, like
dominating.
4 or 5. But, I mean, he didn't even have Devontae Adams
He
for a little
missed
bit.
Devontae Adams for a couple of games.
Thought his Scantling was out here and there.
Yeah, Lazard was out for a while.
Yeah.
And even then, he
Aaron
hasn't
Jones was out for a
entirely
little
come
bit.
back. Yeah, although Jamal Williams is a good back.
Oh, yeah.
But-
I mean, I don't think he's a backup. He's a he's pretty much a starter. It's
But
like
yeah, that has
the
been-
Bengals, James Brooks versus and Ickey Woods back in the day. Pretty much no one besides me will understand that, or if you're over 30. But yeah. Also, one last thing I have to say this, and it'll pain most of you. Today is the 30-year anniversary, and it's been 10,958 days since the Bengals have won a playoff game. Guess what happened after that playoff game?
What happened?
8 months later, Paul Brown died, Mike Brown took over, and ever since, the team has been going downhill.
Hey, congratulations, Mike Brown.
You've successfully ruined an NFL franchise.
Incredible. 30 years today.
Yep. 30 years today since the Bengals last, and 29 years to the day today that the Lions last won their playoff
recent
game.
playoff game, yeah.
So Bengals and Lions, happy anniversary to 30 years of mediocrity.
The two most cursed franchises out there in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Well, behind the Browns, but the Browns made the playoffs, so I guess I can't bash them that much. That is the show.
Oh, a good one today.
Very good one.
Definitely, we're excited. The NFL playoffs are here. Can't wait to watch the games, especially this weekend, Super Wild Card Weekend.
Oh, man.
It's going to be,
Electric.
yes, it's going to be a great playoffs this
Yeah.
year. Excited for it.
Playoffs?
Just curious to see how it's going to turn out.
Playoffs? So, yeah, that is the show. Like our channel, our video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Follow us at Updog Sports Talk on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Somehow we're able to get all 3. Spread the word. If you have your picks for this and you want to share them with us on social media, or if you know us personally, feel free to text us. We may give someone a shout out next show.
Yeah, tell us why we were right or most likely why we were wrong.
Yeah, we like criticism.
Yes.
Some positive criticism. Don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
right.
Actually, be rude to Matt.
Yeah, no, be rude to Justin. He's wearing the Ohio State hoodie.
Go Buckeyes.
On that low note, let's get out of here. All right. See you guys.
Have a good one, everybody.